Hello everyone, my name is Fraser Lawson, partner of Savills Real Estate here in Moscow, Russia. Savills is one of the largest real estate entities operating in the country. We do full services in valuations, sales of international properties, rental and relocation services. Today, I'm very delighted to be in the Embassy of Grenada in the company of His Excellency Oleg Firer, the ambassador to Russia from Grenada. And we're going to discuss today the investment in real estate program allowing citizenship in the beautiful island of Grenada. Your Excellency, thank you very much indeed for inviting us to speak with you today. Perhaps you'll be kind enough to tell us a little bit about the island and the opportunities that it presents for citizenship.
Yeah, first of all, welcome to Grenada.
Thank you.
Being in the Embassy of Grenada, you're actually in Grenada because as per diplomatic protocol, you're located physically in Grenada. So welcome.
Thank you.
Grenada presents a unique opportunity in the Eastern Caribbean bloc for the investors looking to obtain second citizenship through the investment program. Grenada being the jewel of the Caribbean, Grenada being the most friendly country in the Caribbean that has an extensive visa-free program throughout the world, which gives prospective investors an opportunity to travel the world, have open commerce throughout the world, and be able to protect their family in the cases like we're facing right now in the pandemic, where it's hard to move around. Grenada, we believe, provides a unique opportunity for such investors to be able to travel the world, conduct commerce, and ultimately visit Grenada and contribute more than just an investment to Grenada, contribute talent, and possibly even live in Grenada. Grenada provides an outstanding lifestyle for anybody that's looking for warm weather, plus 27 degrees Celsius
Fabulous.
Average temperature throughout the year. On one side we have the ocean, on the other side we have the sea, very close to the equator, which provides us with a unique climate which is resistant to hurricanes. As we know, there's hurricanes that are very active in the Caribbean. We're resistant to that, being very close to the equator.
Great, thank you very much indeed. How is the country developing economically? What are the sort of main focuses that are being encouraged in the country?
Well, there's several. First of all, Grenada is known as the spice of the Caribbean for one simple reason: our agriculture and our land is very ripe for agriculture. We are growing everything from nutmeg to cocoa beans. Nutmeg being one of the major sources of revenue for the country. We're the second largest provider of nutmeg in the world, behind Indonesia.
Okay.
Nutmeg is such an important factor to our country that it's on our flag. And it's our business card. Everybody knows Grenada for nutmeg.
Right.
Cocoa beans are outstanding cocoa beans that are coming from Grenada, very flavorful cocoa beans. They're called Trinitaria cocoa beans. Premium chocolate all over the world is produced from Trinitaria cocoa beans. They're from Grenada. We also have turmeric, we have ginger, we have multiple spices, hence the name Spice of the Caribbean being the name for Grenada. In addition to agriculture, we have the tourism.
Right.
We have various sectors of tourism, from 3-star hotel to 5-star hotels.
Okay.
There's a lot to see in Grenada. There's a lot to explore in Grenada. We have underwater sculpture park. We have waterfalls. As I said, on one side we have the ocean, on the other side we have the sea. We have a beautiful Grand Anse beach with the white sand beaches on the Caribbean Sea, which is outstanding for tourists that want to relax and bathe in the sun. We have some of the most outstanding sunsets in Grenada, being close to the equator. Our sunsets are outstanding and spectacular for people to see. Food in Grenada is amazing. So for tourists, there's definitely a lot to see, a lot to experience. A very flavorful country, great people, very welcoming people, smiling all over the country. They will guide you. They will always tell you what to do, what to not. So very welcoming people. Some of the most welcoming people in the Caribbean are in Grenada. In addition to tourism and agriculture, we also have St. George University. St. George University is one of the largest universities in the Caribbean. St. George University's medical faculty is very large. It contains 6,000 to 8,000 students. they're studying medicine. When you graduate from St. George University, you have a degree, medical degree where you could practice medicine in the United States of America.
Right.
One out of 100 doctors in the United States of America are graduates from St. George University. We're very proud of that. And that contributes a lot to the economy because it's not only the students, it's the parents and the relatives that come visit Grenada. Some of them want to stay in Grenada.
Fantastic.
Hence, we have a diaspora of people outside of Grenada that are growing, and they want to stay and they want to come again and again. Most of the visitors to Grenada do come again. Most of the visitors are repeat visitors to the country. When we also discuss tourism, I forgot to mention we also have cruise ships. We have an outstanding port where we have several cruise ships per day. Pre-pandemic, they used to visit Grenada, which contributed heavily to the economy.
We understand that the country opened up the citizenship program, really rewarding those people investing in the economy in the country. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Unlike other programs, we don't sell passports.
Right.
Passport and citizenship of Grenada is an award for you as an individual or a family to invest in Grenada, create jobs, and boost the economy.
Right. And there's two ways that a foreign national can apply for citizenship. They can make a donation or, as we're talking about today, through the Real Estate for Investment program.
Right, so it's not really a donation, it's an investment in the National Transformation Fund.
Thank you.
So you're investing in a national fund that's transforming Grenada.
Right.
And as an award, you're receiving a citizenship.
Okay.
It's a non-refundable investment, but it's an investment in a National Transformation Fund.
Right, okay. And from the Russian national's perspective, you as the ambassador here, what is the process for you accepting the application of someone to invest in the country through the real estate program?
So the process is very simple. It's a seamless transaction. It takes about 4 months to become a citizen and invest in the project of your choice. We obviously recommend, in partnership with the Sixth Census, where the developer is a company called Range Development.
Absolutely.
There's going to be an outstanding project that's going to be built in the country that you guys are promoting, called Sixth Census.
Correct.
So you fill out an application, you provide all of the requirements and prerequisites, such as a certificate of proof of funds, you provide your birth certificates, you provide diplomas, you provide a full spectrum of documents like you would be applying for normal citizenship.
Right.
You sign an agreement with the developer for an acquisition of shares in the project.
Right.
You provide a deposit for the project, and then once you get approved for the program, you pay the rest of the fees.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
But we, as a diplomatic mission, the benefit of dealing with your agency and us in partnership is such that we are able to do biometrics, we're able to certify various documents. So it's really a turnkey solution for a prospective investor where he doesn't have to run around the country and look for translations or certification of documents, where we could do it all in one place.
Right. And I understand that this program has been very successful, and particularly last year there were some very impressive figures of doubling the application and the numbers of citizenship that were actually awarded people. Right,
that's correct. Well, since the pandemic, people started thinking more on alternative citizenships and alternative investments, and Grenada became the choice for that. Revenues for the Citizenship by Investment program have grown by over 106%.
Right.
We have awarded more than 1,111 passports to newly applied individuals. So the program has been very successful, and this is the first time that we surpassed 1,000 passports in a single year.
Talking of the pandemic, can you explain a little bit about the current situation, what you did to address the spread of the virus, and indeed numbers that you've managed to keep down, let's say?
Grenada has taken a lot of precautions and reacted early on before any one of other countries in the Caribbean have done so. So we have obviously closed the borders. We have taken unprecedented steps to close the borders of the country, which preserve the country and its citizens. Throughout the pandemic, we've had about 159 cases, 1 death. Today we have about 3 active cases, more or less. And that's visitors that come from outside. We're currently open to tourism.
Right.
But as I said, we have taken unprecedented steps to close our borders for a certain amount of time. Then we have implemented the curfew and many restrictions that other countries have implemented, such as wearing masks and social distancing.
Do you need a vaccine passport or any other certificates that suggest that you have been vaccinated?
No, that's not one of the requirements. Today, upon the entry to Grenada, first you have to do a PCR test prior to the entry, 72 hours before you enter the country. You need to fill out an electronic form online providing an address where you're going to be staying in Grenada. It has to be a certified facility, such as a hotel or a rental residence, where you're going to be staying during the 4-day period. Because upon the entry to the country, you have to stay in that facility for 4 days.
Okay.
On the 4th day, you have to do a PCR test again. And once the PCR test is comes back negative, you're free to roam around the country.
Right. Okay.
But that's the current protocol. So PCR test before, 4 days in the facility, and then the 4th day, you get another PCR test, and then you're free to roam around the country.
Okay. Very interesting. A question that always comes up when we're discussing real estate investment, or indeed citizenship in other countries. What is the tax status of Grenada? Can you explain a little bit about that?
Right.
And
so
what would any new citizen be responsible for?
Right. So becoming a citizen, there's several factors to the tax benefits. So anything you make outside of the country, you don't pay any taxes on it. Anything you make, any inheritances that you get, you don't pay any taxes.
Right.
Any gifts that you get from outside, you don't pay any taxes. You don't pay taxes on dividends outside the country and inside the country.
Okay.
If you are an employee within the country, you do pay taxes. And there's a scale. There's a certain amount of money where you're exempt, and anything over that, you pay taxes.
Right.
Also, there's a lot of incentives for new investors that became citizens to come to Grenada and explore manufacturing, explore medical facilities and such. If you're an investor that's looking to contribute to the country after you become a citizen, you could participate in a lot of programs where you get an extensive amount of incentives when it comes to taxes and bringing goods into the country.
Great, thank you. My last question is, I was interested in the flags that you're presenting here in the embassy. Maybe you can tell us a little bit. I understand this is CARICOM, and
right. So let me
please explain?
So in the center we have a Grenadian flag. Now, like I said, on the Grenadian flag we have a nutmeg. Let me turn it around so you can see it. That's the nutmeg.
Right.
On the left we have a flag of CARICOM. CARICOM flag represents 15 English-speaking countries of Eastern Caribbean.
Okay.
Then on the right we have a OECS flag. OECS is an organization of Eastern Caribbean states. 8 countries which most of them share the same currency, which is the Eastern Caribbean dollar. Eastern Caribbean dollar is pegged to US dollar. It hasn't changed its course since the beginning of the currency. It's 2.67 to US dollar, and it's always been 2.67 to US dollar.
Right.
And we are the only representative of all these 3 flags in the Russian Federation. So there is no other fully accredited diplomatic mission from the region that exists in the Russian Federation. And we, being the only representative, carry these 3 flags to our embassy.
Right. I'd like to thank the ambassador very much indeed for a very informative interview, and I hope you will indeed take his invitation to come and visit Grenada. Your Excellency, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, sir.
Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Leave your comments below. Thank you.